Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing 4 Valentine DIYs that you can use as gifts or just give to your friends. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So this first DIY is for that person who lights up your life. I know, bad pun, but just go with it. We're going to be making a box of edible matches. The first thing you're going to need, of course, is a box of matches, but we won't actually need the matches that are inside of it, so go ahead and take those out. You're also going to need some candy melts in the color red and some pretzels. Now, to fancy up our box, I've decided to cover mine in this lovely polka dot paper. I start by applying glue to one side and then sticking it down, then applying it to the next side and so on and so forth. Next, we can go ahead and trim off all the edges. Now, for the inside of the tray, I've added some crumpled up tissue paper, followed by a piece cut perfectly to size to go on top. This just saves us from having to fill the entire box. Now, for added detailing, we're going to take some string and tie it around the outer box, leaving it open to add a tag, which we'll make next. I've decided to use this cardstock and cut a heart from it, then add a hole punch so that we can attach it to the string. Fancy up your tag. Here's mine. A little cheesiness never really hurt anybody, did it? Now you can go ahead and thread through your string and tie a bow. Up next, it's time to make our matches. Start by filling your box full so you know how many pretzels you'll be using. Next, take your candy melts and melt them in the microwave for about 15 seconds. They should look something like this in the end. Give them about 15 minutes to harden and then go ahead and place them in your box. And there you have it, a cute, edible way to show your love for that special person. This next DIY is definitely my favorite of the bunch. We're going to be making some chocolate dynamite sticks with a cheesy "You're the Bomb" note attached. To get started, you're going to need 3 rolls of Rolo chocolates, some black wool, red paper, a glue stick, a pencil, and scissors. Start by removing the outside label from each roll, then proceed to cut some of the red paper to fit. Remember that we want the gold ends to stick out, so definitely cut the paper a little short on both ends. Here I'm just rolling the paper and marking off where the roll ends. Once you have 3 pieces cut, proceed to coat 2 edges of the paper and wrap each roll. In the end, you should have 3 rolls that look like this. Next, apply some glue at the top of each roll and cut a small piece of wool to stick out of the top like a wig. After that, coat the tops of both Dynamite and place the third on top. As we did before, we're going to cut another heart out. This time we're going to make it say, "You're the bomb." Then we will thread it through some black wool and tie up the Dynamite. And there you have it. This would be so cute for like your dad or even just a friend. I definitely love this DIY. This next DIY tastes kind of like what I think heaven would taste like. This raspberry white hot chocolate is the perfect treat for you and your boo on a night in, so let's get to it. You're going to need the following: 6 ounces of white chocolate, 12 ounces of raspberries, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a half a cup of cream, 2 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt. First, prep your chocolate by shaving it into fine pieces. Next, coat your raspberries in the sugar and allow them to soften and release their juices. This should take about 15 minutes. Now, go ahead and blend your raspberries in a blender until you're left with a nice puree. Next, combine the milk and cream in a saucepan. Bring to a simmer and then remove from the heat. Be sure to use a strainer to take any seeds out of the raspberry puree. Add the chocolate, puree, vanilla, and salt. For an added touch, sprinkle some chocolate on top and serve immediately. This last DIY is super quick, so if you're on a time crunch, grab yourself a map, a frame, and some red paper. Start by locating that place on a map and tearing it out. To make sure that it fits the frame perfectly, use the glass as a tracer and cut the exact size. After that, you can go ahead and cut a red heart out and place it on that special place on your mat. Now you can go ahead and put your frame back together, and ta-da, a cute Valentine's Day gift for the one you love. Make sure that if you guys do any of these DIYs to tag me in them on Instagram. I totally would love to see them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!